Hey folks, welcome to the channel and welcome to beautiful Joshua Tree National Park. Today we're going to visit the Ryan Ranch. Now the Ryan Ranch was established I think in the late 1800s, 1894 maybe. It was set up here because there's a spring, pretty healthy spring I think, and the rumor has it that the Ryan Ranch supplied water to the Lost Horse Mine, which is 3.5 miles away. So somehow they piped and pumped that water 3.5 miles, which seems hard to believe to me, but the miners did crazy things back in the day. And the Ryan Ranch, I believe, was kind of an adobe construction, and so it's kind of held up. It's just some ruined walls, but it's worth checking out. It's an easy hike. I think it's, I don't know, not even a mile, something like that. It's about 65 degrees in February in Joshua Tree, which to me is a great time to come. So let's check out the Ryan Ranch.
One of the most striking things that I found while visiting the Ryan Ranch was walking among all the beautiful Joshua trees and also the rock formations that appeared along the way. It's a wonderful short hike, it's easy, it's flat, and it's beautiful.
Right there you can see the ranch, it's just below the rocks. It's interesting how they did the color of the adobe. It's similar to that of the rock, so it blends in pretty nice. And I guess the trail winds around and we'll end up back over there, but if you look to your left, you'll get this nice view of the ranch. There's an old fence post, so I guess this was kind of the entrance of the fenced off area. And then that's the ranch up on the hill there. Get a little bit better view. We have arrived, folks, and you can see why it's partially still standing. It looks like it's really nicely constructed. Definitely weathered and rounded though. Some artifacts that people have found in the area and left here. Here's a little example of maybe the outer covering. There's a rather large door, and I'll tell you what, they chose a beautiful place to construct this thing. Oh, here's kind of a porch situation here. But check out the view they have from their ranch. It's just really incredible. Here's another view that shows the lay of the land. The Lost Horse Mine is over that way. Up in them there hills, 3.5 miles away. And this is looking into the Lost Horse Valley. There's the dwelling. And there's the rock we just walked by. It's pretty cool. And that's looking toward the Hidden Valley area in the wonderland of rocks. It's easy to get lost, but it's beautiful. Now, it probably won't surprise you if I tell you that I'm interested in the spring because it supplied so much water, and there's what might be a pump house and a tank up there, and there's another ruin right over that way, which we'll check out on the way down, but I see some water looking kind of stuff up here, so let's check this out. Okay, so there in the distance you can see the ranch, and this is obviously a trough for cattle because they graze a lot of cattle in this area, I think. Up there is what I believe to be maybe some sort of pump house, and I saw a pipe up here too, so let's see if we can find that. All right, so this looks like an old frame for a windmill. There's a bunch of pipes sticking out of the ground here, and then there's this tank has a hose coming from it. All right, so now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of the pump and the spring. Okay, so you can see this thing has cylinders in there, and that's a connecting rod. So this thing was sitting upright. This could have been the pump that pumped it up to the Lost Horse Mine. And this I don't know what this construction is. It's some modern construction. I don't know if it's to protect what's inside, or if it was just put there at a much later date, but we got another pump-looking thing. That is the Amarillo pump. So this would have been some sort of pump house for sure, but it's just a cheap modern construction. Oh, and there's the possibly the rest of that piece of machinery, which was probably also an older pump, maybe. I see at least 3 cylinders. Oh, this looks more like an automotive engine. Yes, and there's an old frame here. That's cool. Flathead 4, and this is probably a flathead 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that's a flathead 6 motor out of probably some sort of vehicle. Or it could have run a pump, but this is definitely a vehicle here in the bushes. And some more tin from the vehicle. And in the distance there I can see the fence that we walked through down there. So this whole area was fenced off. And this is probably the original holding tank. And then these metal tanks were probably added later. But this is how they built them back in the day. They just built them out of rock and then sealed them with concrete, and Bob's your uncle. Here's another old tank. So this ranch was originally founded, I think, in 1894, but there's a picture back there of Mrs. Ryan on the porch of her house and living there in 1925. So obviously it's been around a long time. Oh, and silly me, I walked right past it. I mentioned that frame of the windmill back there, and here's the actual blades that you can see. So in addition to a motorized pump, I think they had a windmill as well. All right, so here's the other adobe structure, and the main structure you can see is over that way, about 100 meters. And so I'm not sure what this was. Would have been a garage for a car. I don't think it was the outhouse. And some barbed wire, burnt hoses, but that would be big enough to fit a car in probably, if they wanted to. All right, folks, well, that's about it for the tour of the Ryan Ranch. It was only like a half mile, and it's an easy flat trail, so it's recommended as an easy short hike if that's what you want to do. So I hope you enjoyed checking it out. I sure did. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.